on, guys? This is Dom from NerdCon Media here. I got my boy Steve with me today, and we got some Dragonball Xenoverse gameplay. I'm Burley, as you can tell, and you are Bardock.
I am Goku's father.
Oh, great, dude. Good for you. Alright, so today we got a very special guest, and this is going to be a series of interviews that I want to do over the course of the next however long, hopefully indefinitely. And basically what I want to do is bring people in who are closet nerds. You know, so by today's standards, wouldn't be considered your everyday nerd. And my friend Steve right here is a future competitive bodybuilder. So, well, yeah, you're competing, right? Yeah. So, obviously, not competing as good as me spanking your little Saiyan ass.
Yeah, I'm getting my ass kicked. There we go.
All right. So basically, first thing I gotta ask you is, obviously, you know, things like Dragon Ball and anime, comics, stuff like that influenced your, upbringing into the sport of bodybuilding. So, if you can go into detail, what specifically, got you into the sport, and what really turned you on to bodybuilding, aside from getting spanked in the face the way Broly just hit you?
I can honestly say it was not my fighting skills when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, but going with Dragon Ball Z, when I'd originally watched the show back in the 90s, or when I was a kid, the biggest thing I always liked watching, I liked watching how Goku trained, how all the other competitors, they wanted to get stronger, but they wanted to get stronger for somebody else, And to be honest, that's what bodybuilding is, because it's really hard just to do it for yourself. You got to find a kind of motivation.
Vegeta had Goku, and Goku
exactly.
had his family.
Goku had his family he's fighting for. The entire time, Goku wants to fight strong opponents, but in the end, who's he fighting for? He's not fighting for himself. He's fighting to protect Gohan when it's coming up against Frieza, or even to avenge Krillin when he was fighting Frieza. And it's definitely added into my motivation towards getting in the gym every day, even when I don't want to. Because if it was just about me, there's days where I don't want to go to the gym. There's days where I don't want to eat healthy.
Believe me, if I didn't work there, I probably wouldn't be there half the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's kind of funny you say that, and I'm not trying to go off topic and plug another future video here. I'm going to be fierce. But, it's funny you say that, because that is a very Funimation way of, portraying Goku, the Funimation dub, because if you actually watch the Japanese dub, it is very, very, very about Goku being himself. And we're going to get into that. I have a whole video I'm working on. I've done it about 20 times because I hate the way I look on camera. I have a lazy eye, apparently.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah. But, so we're going to get into that soon. But, alright, so basically, when's your next show, man?
My first show, also the next show, is 7 weeks from tomorrow. So it's October 15th, and it's coming up a lot faster than I want it to. It's going to be on Long Island, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Long Island. And it's definitely, edging closer. I mean, the last thing I remember, I had just started my 15-week prep. And next thing I know, I am getting my ass kicked again. And next thing I know, I'm getting told it's 8 weeks out, and I got to start cutting my carbs.
Alright, so I'm not trying to plug you right here, but how much weight did you lose? Because, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, this hunk of man meat right here used to actually be a fat kid.
I was a lot hunkier of man meat, and that's what it is. I started out being, when I first started losing weight, I was probably pushing 300 pounds, maybe a little over. We'll see if we can't find a picture of that somewhere later on, but I was fresh out of high school. I had, I was smoking weed every day, drinking a lot. Yeah, I was.
Wow. Respect the honesty.
And I don't know. And then I had gotten broken up with. I had lost some family, and it was just, and it was a pretty bad time for me. And that's when I put on the majority of my weight. And at one point, I just decided that, what was this doing? Was this making my life any better? No, it wasn't.
I'm not gonna lie, you look like Jonah Hill, but not like the good Jonah Hill. Like Jonah Hill, circa Moneyball Jonah Hill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not like recent Jonah Hill.
Definitely enjoying his success, Jonah
Yes,
Hill.
That Jonah Hill.
Except I didn't have any success, I just had...
No. What does that really make?
Yeah. What does it make me?
Oh man, roast today. Just like this fight, Jesus.
Yeah, I know. I get my ass kicked all the time, too.
All right, so what goes into the actual show? Because I know a lot of people don't truly understand what bodybuilding, what it pertains, how to do it. So, like, you want to give, like, you know, the viewers and the audience, like, a day-to-day to, like, what your life is.
If I want to tell you my day-to-day life, you better be ready, because it is, I mean, like, people tell you it's 80% diet, 20% in the gym, and I want to say that's totally false. It is 99% diet, 1% in the gym. But you need 100% of that to even come close.
Goku and Vegeta would agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, like, oh my god, the mental aspect of this is terrible. Because before this, I'll tell you what, I had cravings for, like, chicken parm and stuff, you know, and, like, I wanted cheese and I wanted all this.
We are Italian, yeah.
I am Italian. But now it's like my Irish side is coming out. Like, the only thing I crave is, like, potatoes. Like, I just want carbohydrates in me. And it's crazy. Like my biggest enemy right now is peanut butter, because right now I'm lacking in protein, fats, and carbs, and it's like peanut butter. Peanut butter whispers in me like at night. It's like, I got everything you need. Damn it.
All right. All right, man.
And getting closer and closer to the show. I told you before, you got to cut your carbs. And when I say cut my carbs, I don't mean like, oh, you're gonna have one less sweet potato at the end of the day. No, it's like I woke up this morning, and the only carbs I had from 4 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon was one serving of baby cereal. Like, you know, like, yeah, like...
Wait, so you mean actual,
like actual baby food.
How ridiculous do you look walking around in some crazy bodybuilder stringer down the baby food aisle?
Well, the best thing is I go and I shop at Walmart and I pop my fake tooth out, and then I'm in the stringer. And I do my best, like, hillbilly accent, which is terrible. I can't do accents, so it makes it so much better.
You are like a walking troll. I love it, man. That's
I try to be.
Like, oh man, that's funny. All right, so back to Dragon Ball. What do you think so far of the Future Trunks arc?
Of the Future what? Of the Future Trunks arc.
For anyone, spoiler alert, coming up right now.
Yeah. I very much enjoy it. I always thought Future Trunks was a great character.
All-time favorite Halloween costume for myself. Picture will be provided sooner or later.
That makes me wish I was into Halloween, but I could never actually be a Dragon Ball Z character.
Oh yeah.
I only had the body of
Yajirobe.
Yajirobe. Thank you. I was missing that guy. But yeah. No, but with Future Trunks, I'm glad they brought him back, because you look at any of the Dragon Ball Z sagas, you know, and there's always a little bit of hope lying in between, like, you know, in between, like, the destruction and the death. But you look at Trunks, and it's just constant, like, terrible, terrible feelings. Like, even when he wins, it's like, all right, let me go back to my freaking destroyed universe.
Left, yeah.
Or like when you had that big fight against Cell, you know, like, oh wow, you guys finally won. Hey, awesome job, guys. We did great. You guys totally enjoyed your timeline. I'm gonna go back to where none of this actually happened, and, you know, I'm still living in fear. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely, man.
But I think it
really understand that.
Yeah. I just think that it's a great story. I think he's a great character, and I'm big into character development, and I think his is definitely.
That's the one thing I think that this arc is finally doing good, is that they are developing. See, the big, and this is another future video that I'm going to do at some point, because everyone wants to argue that Dragon Ball Super doesn't have, you know, character development, but it has character development, but it's to the characters that they introduced in Super.
Yes.
Whis, the Universe 6 characters, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I think that's the big mistake they made, because if you look at the Dragon Ball transition to Dragon Ball Z, you know, you see characters like Yamcha kind of fall to the wayside when you get Vegeta introduced, Piccolo becomes the main player, and they get developed. No one argued about that when that happened.
That's right.
You know, and that's why I really have a bone to pick with everyone says, well, you know, these characters, they're not developing them, you know, Gohan this, Gohan that. But I mean, like, their arc is over, and there's new characters with new arcs, a bigger, expanding universe.
You know, I like what they did with the Future Trunks and Gohan. Where Future Trunks, you're like, yeah, he was like, you know, this isn't the Gohan I know, this isn't the Gohan that was fighting, you know. But then you realize that this Gohan doesn't have to. He's done his fight. He's back to where he can enjoy his life, you know.
That episode was so influential to me, because it really, like, it makes me want to follow my dreams. You know what I'm saying? It really, like, that.
And it shows that, you know, he fought for his own better life.
Yeah,
You know, when he got it.
It's good writing. Like when
Yeah.
Toei and Toriyama want to work together and put out a good product, they really put out a good product.
You're being a god against Piccolo right now.
Yeah, I mean,
It's ridiculous.
Piccolo's the Demon King, so I mean that's a thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
it was much cooler before they were slug people, Like,
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
all right, guys. Well, we'll end this epic conclusion another time. But in the meantime, thanks for listening in. Steve, when's your show?
October 15th.
All right, guys. We'll keep you posted on that, give you the results for all of that, and we'll see you next time on NerdCon Media. We're bringing in Steve's brother, who is a up-and-coming video game designer, and we're going to go over the obvious nerd influences for that. All right, so have a good one, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
爆発さ